Hi everybody, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be making no-fail chewy cookies. And some of you may already know about this little trick, but I recently learned about it. You start with a cake mix. I'm using a white cake mix because I'm going to make some snickerdoodles. So just dump the cake mix in. And then you want to add 2 eggs. And 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Now if you were going to make just a regular cookie, like a sugar cookie or just a vanilla cookie, you could stop here. You could go ahead and start mixing it up, and it'll be the same process as we move along. But to make the snickerdoodle, I'm going to go ahead and add some cinnamon. I really like snickerdoodles. I'm going to add quite a bit of cinnamon. And then there will be a little bit of cinnamon on top as well. So I just grab a fork and mix it up. You don't have to use a mixer because it's going to really start to get thick here in just a moment for us. And while you're mixing, you may want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now you can also use chocolate cake mix to make a chocolate cookie. I've done that, and but my husband and I tend to like a regular plain cookie, or me, a snickerdoodle. That's my favorite. And just some other tips with a plain cookie, you can do a lot with it. When instead of adding the cinnamon like I did, maybe you want to put some chocolate chips in there. Or even in your chocolate cookies, if you want to make a chocolate lover's, cookie, you could add chocolate chips to the chocolate cookie. I haven't tried it, but I did think it might be good to try the spice cake mix during the holidays, or even the flavored, like the strawberry cake mix and things like that. Okay, so now you just want to get some dough and roll it into a ball. And I use these little gloves. I got them at the Dollar Tree. I love them. It's a pack of 100 for $1, and they're just really thin, but they work great in a kitchen if you're doing something like this, making the cheese ball, or working with poultry, something like that. So just put the balls out on the cookie sheet. I use my stoneware, but you could use a regular cookie sheet. Maybe put down some parchment paper. I would still spray the parchment paper if I used that. I learned that when I was baking my pretzels, actually. They will stick to the paper. Now everybody's oven is going to be a little bit different, but you can just watch your cookies when you get them into the 350 degree oven. I'm going to say start with 10 to 12 minutes. You may have to go a little longer depending on your oven. But these are so chewy. They are a really good cookie. They taste like what you would get at the mall or at a bakery. They are really good. Of all the cookie recipes I've tried, nothing comes close to just doing it this way. Now these are going to make some pretty big cookies, but that's okay. That's what I like. So we'll set that out of the way. And I already have my oven prepped, so you can kind of see. I have my oven prepped. I'm getting ready to put them in now. So when I bring them out of the oven, I'll bring you back. Okay, we've got the first batch out of the oven. Now before I move them, I'm going to let them rest about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to move them over to a cookie rack so that they continue to cool down before I pack them away. I'm going to be taking these down to church tonight. So once I start the next batch, they're going to be just a regular cookie. I'm not going to add any cinnamon to those to make snickerdoodles. I want regular just in case there's someone that doesn't care for cinnamon. Alright, I'm back. I almost forgot to update you. But I did want you to see the difference in something. When I made my snickerdoodles, I used a brand name cake mix. I won't even call it a snickerdoodle. because they're more cakey. So we'll just call this a cinnamon cookie. But you can see it's very thick, very cakey instead of chewy. The taste is fine. If you like cinnamon, it's good. But that is made with a brand name cake mix. When you use generic, this is how your cookies come out. They flatten out more. The taste is better. And this is just a plain cookie that I made. But you can see they're very soft. They'll be very chewy. They have a great flavor. Now, both of these were made with white cake mixes. Now, a little thing that I do to add to my plain cookie that me and my husband both really like, and everywhere I take them, everybody has just eaten them up. But they're good if you make them with just your white cake mix, the eggs, and the oil. I do add, though, the almond extract. I really like it. Now, any brand will do. What Walmart had just happened to be the Watkins. And but it makes such a difference. And I just use this little cap on top. And I pour the cap full and dump it into one batch. And the flavor is, it just kicks it up a notch. It's very, very good. So anyway, I did want you to see the difference. And it's not a fluke. I mean, this is the second time I've tried a brand name cake mix. They do the same thing. The cookie becomes a little taller and more like a cake when you're eating it versus the actual chewy cookie that I was really going for. So I hope you guys have a great week. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you do. And leave some comments below if you've tried making the cookies with the cake mix as well. And if you've maybe tried different flavors or added different things. Have a great week this week, guys. And I'll see you next week. Bye.